Hello there and welcome to Mark Carr's Hypnotherapy. This morning we have an old friend of mine, Dave, who's had help from me quite recently for anxiety. Morning, Dave.
Good morning, Mark. How are you?
Very well, thank you very much. We might as well just get it out of the way. Shirt and the shirt if you want. There you go. There's his main problem, but there you are. That's another story. Thanks very much for doing this, Dave. It's like I said to you before starting. It's really important to get these testimonials in because it's such it's a great message to people out there who are just too frightened to come forward. So, what I'm going to allow you to do then is just tell us your story. Tell us about where you were, what happened, how we got on and what we did and how you are now. The floor is all yours, my friend. Have a go.
Well, I suppose to put it in a nutshell, I was in a pretty dark place. How I got there, I don't know. It was over a number of years. But when I say a dark place, it reached the extreme of me considering and at one point getting very close to actually taking my own life. And I decided I needed, obviously, to do something about it. But I wasn't talking to anybody. So I wasn't helping myself. And the worst times were at night. I would go to bed and my head would just fill with negative thoughts. I'd think back to mistakes I've made in the past and build them up and up. And I just couldn't escape from these thoughts and they would keep me awake all night long. I tried CBT. It worked to some degree, but was very short-lived. I'd be okay for a few days and then I'd be back down where I was. I was going out socially to our village pub where I know a lot of people. I'm friends with a lot of people, but I couldn't cope with it. I'd walk in there and within 10 minutes I'd needed to walk out. I couldn't stay there. The overall feeling being they didn't want me there, so I had to leave. And that stemmed from the fact that I didn't like myself. And if I didn't like myself, why would anybody else like me? And so I would run away, in effect, and just go back home and hide. And then I saw Mark come up on Facebook. And Mark is someone that I've known for quite a number of years. We used to work together, maybe not directly all the time, but we worked close enough that I could see how Mark worked. And he was always a very calm person who didn't get flustered, and I felt it was someone who I could probably talk to, even though it seemed strange to me at the time because it was someone I knew, so that would in a way make it harder. But I gave it a go and Mark was great. I live a long way from Mark, but he drove over to see me and we had a chat and we had our first session. I didn't know much about hypnotherapy, never really thought about it, and I suppose my only experience of it is what you see on telly, which to be quite honest, is probably absolute rubbish. But I sat with Mark, he talked me through it, he explained how it was going to work, and we had our first session. And almost immediately, it was like some of the weight had come off my shoulders. I was beginning to identify what the problem was. I was thinking of things that were irrelevant. What was the point? Why was I even thinking about them? What I still didn't have at that stage was a way of moving away from those thoughts when they started. But by the time I'd finished the 3 sessions with Mark, I had somewhere to go, and I still have somewhere to go. I do occasionally get thoughts now, negative thoughts. I get down, and whether it's late at night, whether it's in the middle of the day, I sit down, I close my eyes, and I take myself somewhere, a place that Mark introduced me to. Even though I've invented this place in my own mind, It's a place that Mark introduced me to. And it's a place where I can escape these thoughts. And I am a totally changed person. I am so much more positive. I'm enjoying life a lot more. And all of it is down to Mark. And he doesn't send you off into a trance where you don't know what's going on. You're there the whole time. You're listening, you're hearing, you're thinking. But he helps you to control those thoughts and control the way you look at your issues, you look at your problems. And I just think it's superb.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for that. That's oh, I don't know what to say apart from thank you so much. That's wonderful. Was there a particular session that you enjoyed more, or were they all more or less the same for you?
No, they were all different. So I can't say I enjoyed more because they all had different uses. They all had different effects. Probably the last one was the best one.
Yeah.
I think I've heard someone mention before about the control room.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw this control room, and I was now starting to see things almost before you told me they were going to be there.
Yeah.
Mark and I have both worked in control rooms before. I related this control room to a similar sort of place to where I've worked before. The difference being I was in control. I decided which buttons to press. I didn't let anyone in here decide which buttons to press. I was deciding which buttons to press. And that was the whole essence. I was now in control of what I was thinking about, and control of how I looked at life in the past and how I looked at life in the future, and deciding this little button here, that switches off the irrelevance of the past. The mistakes I've made, we all make mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them play on us harder than others. We all make mistakes. I can't do anything about them now. They were there, they happened, they've gone. What is the point of even thinking about them anymore? All that matters now is now and the future. So I switch off that button in the control room. I switch off those screens in the control room that look back at what happened 10 minutes, 10 hours, 10 years ago. I'm not interested anymore. Yeah. I'm now looking forward.
All right.
So yes, that last one was the one that worked for me.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. I think really, I don't think there's much more that can be said. I mean, that really sums it up as to what hypnotherapy, what I do is all about. I take you on sort of 4 different journeys in various parts of your life or aspects of your life. And yeah, obviously for you, the control room, and as you say, we work together. So it resonated very well with you. It's really about, for me now, it's about putting out that message to say, look, ladies and gents, I don't think it could have been explained any better, that Dave has done an extremely great job in explaining what hypnotherapy is all about. The fact that you don't go to sleep, you don't disappear off into a trance as such. In some points you do, other points you don't. But do you know what? There's no point in me trying to explain it to you, because just try it for yourself. Have a go at it, because it is quite awesome and it really does work, as Dave has just told you. So ladies and gents, look out for me on YouTube, Google, or my website, www.markcarterhypnotherapy.com. And I'm also on YouTube, Facebook, website, and Google, and Instagram. That's the other one. So it just leaves it for me to say, Dave, thanks so much for that. That was a great story. And this is Mark Carter of Mark Carter Hypnotherapy, wishing you the greatest mental, emotional, and physical health.